Hello, Cosmic Family, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Charlie, and today I wanted to speak to the weird ones. I wanted to speak about the weird ones. As children, when we're not fully accepted for who we are and loved unconditionally, we learn to love ourselves very conditionally. And so we try to fit in with whoever we think is going to approve of us and give us the love that we're looking for in the world out there. And this can be very exhausting and consuming. It's very common, especially as children who've been traumatized, by parents and caretakers, to go down this road. I know I went down this road where I tried to fit in and be normal. But as I started to connect with my guides, a very interesting thing happened. I started to recognize that there was a very important relationship in my life that mattered the most. And that was the relationship that I had with myself. And this is so big, but also so different, because in the moments that I had this connection with myself, in the quiet moments where I was left alone and nobody was around, and I'd go into these meditative trance states, there was a deep sense of belonging. And it wasn't a sense of belonging to necessarily the world that I was in, to the family that I was in, but a sense of belonging to God, this energy that seemed to permeate everything. Even though I was quite young, having these realizations, they had such a deep and powerful impact in my life. And they completely changed the course that my life took. The reason now that I am able to channel is being able to tap into this energy, into this relationship. One thing that happens when we are the weird ones and the black sheep, and we try so hard to fit into the world out there, and we realize, it doesn't work. I will not get this love that I'm looking for from the people out there in the world out there. And we won't, because the true love is coming from Source God, from deep within. And when we give that up, we stop looking at, maybe this guru has the answer or that guru has the answer. We realize it comes from deep within. And this building up of the relationship with ourselves really helps us become very good discerners of the physical world. Because in the physical world, in the 3D world, we're constantly bombarded with information and people with agendas. Not just, elites or whatnot, but even people in our private lives. People in social media that have agendas that want to pull us into whatever it is that they want to pull us into. But when we really connect with ourselves and we but really stumble upon the deep and innate relationship that each one of us can have with Source God, we gain this superpower. And our relationship with ourselves can actually finally start. And it's a beautiful relationship. It's a gentle relationship. It's a very loving and kind relationship. Because for the first time, instead of building a relationship with the fictional people that we wish we had had in our lives, instead of listening to all the voices of the people that told us, you can't be this, you can't be that, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, instead, the voice that we're start to hear is one of acceptance, of love. But of course, as we go through life, it's still tempting to want to please others and want to manipulate others into accepting us. This is one of the traps of the Matrix. The trap of being normal. There are many, many normal, unhappy people. Because being detached from yourself has some benefits, but they're not necessarily benefits that will nourish you and sustain you. Selling your soul to the devil, you've heard that before. Anytime that we give up on that relationship with ourselves, on that relationship with a source God, for the sake of being normal and accepted by the others out there, we pay a high price. And so if you're one of the weird ones, one of the different ones, you have been gifted. You have been gifted with the ability to create such a powerful relationship with Source God. And this gift not only will help you in being the person that you're really meant to be, but it's also going to help so many people around you that are craving to witness the weird ones claiming who they are without needing the approval of the world out there, but really tapping into that deep inner knowing. I know it can be tough, and in that road, we maybe even lose very close relationships to us. And a powerful thing that happens in that road, we're really exposed to the lies of the matrix. And that can be very overwhelming. That's why so many people, and I believe this sincerely, give up on the road of embracing being the weird one, the black sheep, because what they see can be so intense and overwhelming and can bring up a ton of emotions. And if you don't have the right tools, it can be very intense to deal with these emotions. It can cause a lot of chaos in our lives. And so this can be another trick where people get caught up in these emotions and this chaos, and they say, that path is not for me. I'm going to go back to being normal. But when you get through that storm of that first, second, and third overwhelming storm of being exposed to the lies of the matrix, of the truth of what's happening, of the truth of your own childhood and your parents and those around you, and you process that by remembering that Source God is by your side, that the universe is by your side, then when you get to the other side, you become who we were really meant to be. A full being, a united being, not fractured off into many different pieces, and each piece trying to hang on tight and get the approval of the world out there in this exhausting swimming against the stream. Instead, you come together, you're unified. And that's a beautiful place to be. And that is what is possible. And maybe you're already there. And if you are, you're really extending this gift to the world out there. I think that's so precious, especially for all the new generations coming forth. Thanks so much for plugging in. I have really enjoyed connecting with you, and I look forward to connecting with you again. Be blessed.